another year, another rewind, and we have a lot to get through. So please subscribe, and without further ado, let us go. Starting off with January, on January 1st in Ireland, the minimum wage rose to €13 and 50 cents per hour. On the 4th of January, the United States President Joe Biden presented the Irish singer Bono with the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his activism and against AIDS and poverty. TikTok in America shut down on the 18th of January and then was unshut 12 hours later. Donald Trump became the 47th President of America on the 20th of January. Also on the 20th of January, Trump kind of renamed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I say kind of because whenever I go into Google Maps and look up Gulf of America, what comes up is the Gulf of Mexico with the Gulf of America in brackets. So he sort of changed it and he sort of didn't. Anyway, a lot of AI this month, along with memes like Elon Musk salute, dog closing eyes, I've played these games before, and unemployed meme. Then on the last day of January, on the 31st of January, Dogman released. Next is February. And starting off on February 1st, a trade war started by the United States against Canada and Mexico began when the US President Donald Trump signed orders imposing near universal tariffs on goods from the two countries entering the United States. On the 3rd of February, the Ceann Comhairle in Dáil Éireann, Verona Murphy, ruled that the Regional Technical Group of Independent TDs may not form a Dáil Technical Group to acquire additional speaking rights. She said, "I've decided that the group are not eligible for recognition under Standing Order 170. I therefore cannot accord recognition as a technical group to the Regional Technical Group." Opposition politicians welcomed the development, including Social Democrat Cian O'Callaghan, who said government backbenchers cannot masquerade as members of the opposition in a cynical attempt to avail of opposition speaking rights. Memes during this month were things like ore farming, cave diving, and the Gulf of America. On the 14th of February, Captain America Brave New World released, and while many have said it was bad, I personally like it and will continue to defend it. On the 18th of February, a new meme entered the playing field, Italian brain rot. We may have just reached a new low with this, guys. This is... Seriously, what even is this? The British government pressured Apple to remove its strongest security feature, advanced data protection, leading Apple to withdraw it for new UK users starting February 21st, 2025. On the 27th of February, the second trailer for a Minecraft movie released, and for a fact, this trailer right here, it saved the Minecraft movie without a doubt. Beforehand, everybody was hating on this, but when this trailer released, everybody loved it after that. So this also just added to the memes this month. On the 28th of February, many European political leaders declared support for President Zelensky and Ukraine following an angry public exchange between the American and Ukrainian presidents in Washington, D.C. Then we have March. On the 4th of March, Donald Trump gave a State of the Union address, and it lasted 1 hour and 40 minutes. That is long. Yeah, no, if I was in there, I'm falling asleep. Dog, I'm not listening to a speech for an hour and 40 minutes. Most speeches I've ever listened to go on for I don't know, 10, 20, maybe even 30 minutes, and that's understandable. But an hour? Nah, bro. Z's are coming out of me. That's what's gonna happen. You'll just see Z's coming out. No, I'm done. I'm sleeping. Anyway, also on the 4th of March, Daredevil Born Again released. On the 6th of March, Taoiseach Micheál Martin attended an Ireland-UK summit in Liverpool alongside UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Starmer said the two countries had turned a page on the turbulent years and were ready for a meaningful partnership. Then on the 7th of March, a total of 10 movies released. Wow, that's a lot. But the only three I'm bothered to mention are Plankton the Movie, Mickey 17, and The Electric State. I actually watched Mickey 17, and personally, I thought it was quite good. Also during this month, the original Family Guy pilot surfaced online. Then memes of the month were things like Ashton Hall morning routine, JD Vance Photoshop, the 2025 meme drought, and that Italian brain rot I mentioned there. It's still going this month. It's going to be going almost the entire year. On the 21st of March, Snow White released, and nobody cared about this. No, we don't care. We do not care. On the 28th of March, seismometers across Ireland detected the magnitude 7.7 earthquake that struck Mandalay just before 7 a.m. Irish time. The shockwaves reached Ireland a few minutes later. Then on the 29th of March, a partial solar eclipse, the deepest for a decade, was visible from Ireland. Next up is April. On the 1st of April, Dáil Éireann voted 96-71 to uphold a motion of confidence in Ceann Comhairle Verona Murphy, the first time the Dáil voted on a motion of confidence in a Ceann Comhairle. On the 2nd of April, Screamboat releases, and this movie is a knockoff horror movie of Steamboat Willie. Eminem revealed he'd become a grandpa on the 4th of April. Also on the 4th of April, a Minecraft movie released, and this was truly a monumental moment in history. A minimum 10% tariff on almost all US imports took effect on April 5th. On the 11th of April, The King of Kings released. On the 19th of April, AIM 2 submitted a bill to the Bill's Office of the Dáil seeking to allow Northern Ireland citizens to vote in Irish presidential elections. On the 21st of April, Pope Francis passed away. Rest in peace. Also this month came one of the dumbest debates ever conceived on the internet, and that was who would win in a fight, 100 men versus one gorilla. Fellas, let's just be real here. That poor gorilla is getting absolutely squashed. Look at someone similar. Prime Mike Tyson was taken down by 3 to 7 regular guys. What makes you think a gorilla can take on an army of 100 guys? That gorilla is not winning. He's dead. He's gone. That poor, rest in peace, gorilla. The memes of this month were, of course, 100 men versus one gorilla. Again, stupid debate. But they were also Minecraft memes, more Italian brain rot, sadly, and Sigma Lion memes. Next is May. On the 2nd of May, the Irish Data Protection Commission fined TikTok €530 million because of the company's violation of the General Data Protection Regulation when it transferred the personal data of European users to China. Also on the 2nd of May, Thunderbolts was released, and this was honestly a great movie. On the 5th of May, Skype officially shut down. On the 8th of May, the new Pope was elected, and that Pope was Leo XIV. What is XIV? Actually, let me look that up real quick. XIV. I should probably know this, but I just don't. What is XIV? 14. Leo the 14th. And this Pope is the first American Pope. Interesting. On the 16th of May, Final Destination Bloodlines released, and I personally did not like this movie. Like, not that much anyway. On the 23rd of May, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning and the live-action Leo and Stitch released, and I did not watch either of these movies. The memes this month were once again 100 Men vs. One Gorilla, the F Students Are Inventors, and Italian Brain Rot. Again, it's staying around for a bit longer. Then on the 30th of May, Karate Kid Legends released. Next we have June. And to start us off, on the 1st of June, Mr. Beach... No, not Mr. Beach. Mr. Beach? Yes, Mr. Beach. No, Mr. Beast reached 400 million subs. Also on the 1st of June, disposable vapes got banned in Britain. On the 3rd of June, in an email to staff, Adam Smith, the director of BBC Northern Ireland, said the BBC has no intention of blocking its news or other output in the Republic of Ireland. On the 6th of June, 8 movies released, and the ones I bothered to mention are Ballerina, Predators, Killer of Killers, and The Life of Chuck. Also during this month, Elon Musk and Donald Trump started beefing, and Elon confirmed that Donald Trump was in the Epstein files. Also on the 6th of June, the LA protests began. On the 13th of June, the live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie came out, and it was grand, honestly. It's just the same movie, but just live-action. That's the only difference. Anyway, on the 20th of June, both 28 Years Later and K-Pop Demon Hunters were released, and both of these movies were great. On June 22nd, the United States Air Force and Navy attacked 3 nuclear facilities in Iran as a part of the Iran-Israel war under the codename Operation Midnight Hammer. On the 27th of June, Squid Game Season 3 released and the F1 movie released. The memes of this month were Sabao, Guy pointing at himself, which also merged with the Sabao meme, World War III memes, Labubu, and job applications. Then we get to July. On the 2nd of July, the Jurassic World Rebirth movie was released. The Big Beautiful Bill was signed into American law by Donald Trump on the 4th of July. In Ireland, on the 10th of July, the Department of Justice, Home Affairs and Migration rejected visa applications for a team of GAA players from the West Bank who were scheduled to visit Ireland for a tour later in the month. On the 11th of July, the Superman movie released, and I gotta say, it was super. Also in July, the American Department of Justice stated that there was no client list or blackmail to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Let's be honest, absolutely no one is trusting what the American Department of Justice is saying. Also during this month, and due to the Epstein controversy, the MAGA movement had a split. On the 17th of July, the British government announced they would lower the voting age of Britain from 18 to 16, which is just really not a good idea. Ozzy Osbourne died on the 22nd of July, rest in peace. On the 25th of July, the Fantastic Four First Steps was released, and I gotta say,
it's fantastic.
Say that again?
Then lastly, memes this month were once again Labubu And then there was Dubai Chocolate, James Dokes, Job Applications, and Jet2 Holidays. Then we have August. On August 1st, both The Naked Gun and The Bad Guys 2 released. This is the month we get the Schlepp vs. Roblox controversy. Basically, what happened is Roblox banned Schlepp from their game because they say he was violating their policies on vigilantism. Mind you, Schlepp was actively hunting and getting rid of child predators on Roblox and even got 6 arrested. Now, a normal company would look at this and go, great job. Thank you for making our site safer. But Roblox is directed by idiots, and so they banned Schlepp. The good news, though, is that everybody sided with Schlepp, and Roblox lost 12 billion stock value in 12 days. Also, this month, the memes were like Thinking Monkey, and then 2 other memes, which would stick around for the rest of this year, was 6-7, and this will stick around for the next 5 years. Just you wait. 6-7 will be around for like just ages. Then another meme, which is definitely going nowhere, is the world's newest popular slur, Clanker. Basically, Clanker was a slur for battle droids in Star Wars, but with the rise of AI, people started using Clanker for any kind of AI or robot in the real world. On the 29th of August, The Toxic Avenger released. Next up, September. On the 3rd of September, temperature trends recorded by Met Éireann showed that spring and summer this year were the hottest experienced by the island of Ireland since records began in 1900. On the 5th of September, The Conjuring Last Rites released. On the 8th of September, a dead body was found in the back of David's car, and somehow David has not gone to prison for this yet. On the 8th to the 13th of September, the Nepalese Gen Z revolution took place. Basically, what happened was the Nepalese government banned all major social media apps, and then at first people went to protest peacefully, but then the Nepalese authorities came out and started shooting on the crowds, and so the Nepalese protesters burned a load of buildings and elected their new leader over Discord. Yes, you heard that correctly. An election for a nation took place over Discord. Wow. On the 10th of September, Charlie Kirk was killed. Rest in peace. On the 25th of September, another Gen Z revolution took place, this time in Madagascar. Around the 28th of September, Kai Cenat reached 1 million subs. And then the memes this month were things like Kirkification, more AI, Gen Z revolutions, W speed, and more 6-7 memes, unfortunately. Up next is October, and starting off, on the 1st of October, Met Éireann in Ireland issued status yellow wind warning ahead of the arrival of Storm Amy. On the 3rd of October, the Smashing Machine released, and also on the 3rd of October, 174,000 properties were without power across Ireland as Storm Amy battered the country. On October 10th, Maria Corina Machado won the Nobel Peace Prize. On October 19th, the Louvre was robbed from, but some of the items were later recovered. During October, the campaigns for President of Ireland began between Catherine Connolly, Jim Gavin, and Heather Humphrey. Technically, Conor McGregor tried going for it too by announcing it in September, but let's be honest, that was never going to happen. On the 21st of October, Sane Takachi, I'm pronounced that completely wrong, Sane Takachi, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. This Japanese woman became the first female prime minister of Japan. Memes this month were things like 6-7, again, more AI Kirkification, rabbit pointing at clock, blue collar SpongeBob, and I show Speed Face. On the 30th of October, Prince Andrew was stripped of all his titles and kicked out of the British family. We're almost at the end now with November. On the 1st of November, newly published figures show that the number of Irish citizens deported from the United States had risen by 50% in 2025 compared to the previous year. On the 7th of November, Predator Badlands released. Tom Cruise received his first Oscar this month. On the 7th of November, Catherine Connolly became President of Ireland. On the 14th of November, both Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and The Running Man released. Donald Trump signed a bill on the 20th of November to release the Epstein files. On the 21st of November, Wicked for Good released. I Show Speed wins Stream of the Year award. Apparently, raccoons are in their early stages of being domesticated. Okay then. Memes of this month were once again 6-7, this image, this AI baby, other AI, We Are Charlie Kirk, and Kirkification. And then finally, we reached the last month of this year, December. On the 3rd of December, taxi drivers in Ireland held their second protest in Dublin and Galway against a new Uber fixed price fare scheme. On the 5th of December, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 released, and it was honestly a goated movie. I don't know why people were hating on this movie. On the 13th of December, John Cena officially retired from WWE. On the 19th of December, the movies Avatar Fire and Ash, the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants, and David released. All on the 19th of December. Also on the 19th of December, finally the Epstein files released, and it's nothing. It's literally nothing. It's all blacked out. What the hell is this? Chat, we asked for the files, not a bunch of black pages. Also, on the 19th of December, Jake Paul fought Anthony Joshua and got absolutely battered. Wow, a lot happened on this one day. Impressive. Then memes this month were things like the second FNAF movie, the last 5 days before the winter break feel like, the new Avatar movie, AI, Kirkification, and of course, 6-7. Anyway, that's all for now. Hope 2026 will be a grand year. Please subscribe. Until next year, God bless.